And welcome guys, my name is iNSUPERABLE, and I am so happy to be back once again this week with a replay breakdown, episode number 3. Pretty much today we're going to talk about, once again, another Undead vs Orc matchup, because I really feel like this is probably the matchup where most Undead struggle the most. It doesn't matter if it's a low level, mid tier, or high level, and I really want to show you guys this nice strategy that I saw from a guy called PCG on the Asian ladder. Pretty much it's a strategy that I played versus Hitman on the West ladder recently, with the current holder of the Fight Night pretty much, and probably one of the best orc outside Asia currently right now. So I feel like this is really worthy opponent to show you guys how effective the strategy can really be. And also I felt like in my last video, I felt like the strategy that I showed was maybe a little bit too hard, you know, if you're trying to put it differently with Undead versus Orc. So I really feel like this strategy is accessible to really anyone who, doesn't matter how much experience you have with the game. So without further ado, let's jump into this game, shall we? So there we go. So pretty much this game, I'm actually starting with a crypt and a graveyard, which is not very the build that you will see in high level play with Undead versus Orc. So already there's a little bit of differences. Even though this is a very standard Undead build for 2v2, if you're playing Fiends, your heroes is a little bit slower, but I think eventually you guys will understand why you're pretty much going for this build for more Fiends versus a slower hero. On the other side, we have the Orc player who's pretty much going for the same kind of build as you usually do, you know, with the altar, the burrow, and the barrack. Altar a little bit in front though, not sure why. Maybe like to buy sometimes by just pawning it to the right side and just going to the creep as well. Maybe it's a way to like buy 1 or 2 seconds, you know, which is very important in the Warcraft tree. And then we have the altar and the ziggurat. Of course, the altar before the ziggurat, because if you make your zig before your altar, your hero is gonna be extremely late, and you're already going for a pretty much slow hero. So you don't really want to have it more later. And then we have the shop that is pretty much being built right now. And now we're just waiting for the zig to make the ghoul. I'm going to try to focus more on the Undead vision this game rather than the Orc one. Even though I'll show you guys a little bit of the Orc as well. So the reason why I think the build is good is because Orc pretty much go for a 1 burrow tech. So it means that it's not going to have many units really early on. So I feel like this is a very pretty much build that Orc is very, very vulnerable early on. So by making a lot of units early, I feel like you can really abuse the fact that you're going for a greedy super tech. And then, yeah. Seconds incoming right now. We have the Fiend. We have the Hero, you know. Definitely slower than the Orc one. You know, his Waymaster is already out. Going for the standard green camp with a shop spawning. And his tech should be coming really, really soon. So pretty much there's no creeping early for me. Just pretty much going to buy items and run straight up to his base while you're creeping. On his side, they also got the Claw, which is pretty much the best item you can ever get out of any hero really early on. Doesn't matter if it's a Blade Master, if it's Archmage or whatever. Those claws are definitely the best RNG that you can get pretty much early in this game. And now this is pretty much where like the strategy gets crazy. Like now I just sell my TP to get 175 gold plus early, and I buy a Rod of Necromancy, some Dust of Appearance, and a Sacrificial Skull pretty much to have the Blight. And yes, it's gonna be a tower rush. So if you're not excited enough, I'm really excited to show you guys this replay. I think this is a strategy that you will have a lot of fun to play. I know that personally, I really love doing this. And also now, you're probably wondering, like, why is he selling his altar and his shop? That's crazy. So the reason why you do that is because this is an all-in, right? So, and you pretty much don't need his buildings anymore because you're just going to be in the opponent's base the entire time. So by selling the shop and the altar, it gives you more gold to be able to build towers in your opponent's base and also make more Fiends and potential upgrades on your Fiend as well from the graveyard. So, and also, like, if you're wondering, like, oh, but if you use your hero, what do? You can always revive at a tavern. So, yeah, you pretty much have to really be careful with your DK when you do this. It's like, yeah. Like, no all-in is very safe all the time. Then now we have the Acolyte sneaking on the other side of the map. Like, the reason why I split my Acolyte with my army is because, like, if I bring my Acolyte right there, and I have the Blade Master here, like, the Blade Master can just attack the Acolyte, you know, and make me waste coil on a very, very squishy unit. So it's going to make me waste mana, and it's going to make me not able to make towers. So the Acolyte is really, really, really important to keep alive. So if you can try to sneak it around I think it's really, really good. We have the blight right now right here. So, like right now you really want to stay out of range of the burrow and you build your towers. Like obviously you don't want to have your ziggurat in front of the burrow and the range is getting cancelled. So yeah, it's gonna get interesting. Like as you see right now, like, I have 2 fiends. I have a third one coming. And he's got like what? Is it like barely like a second burrow coming? 1 blade master with the best item possible and just 1 grunt. So you're already like outmassing him like pretty early on because of his fast tech. Now he tries to like, even bring his peon to try to get like a surround here because he's aware that my army is already like stronger than his. Also keep in mind that you always have to go for the Blade Master here. Blade Master is definitely your main target. He's the biggest DPS of the Orc army. So if you try to pressure it into backing up and not dealing any damage, this is extremely important. Than going for the grunt, which is very tanky, you know. Blade Master has 600 HP. Grunt has 700 HP, so why would you go for the Grunt instead? You know, just go for the Blade Master. Like, this is an all-in, so... the less the Blade Master attacks you, the better you're always gonna be. Now we have the 2 towers coming right now, right away. I don't think you need more than 2 towers early on. Like, you don't want to waste too much gold on making too many buildings. Like, your main priority here is to make Fiends. And it's where, like, also, you get, like, a really, really early upgrade. So, not only do you have more units, but you also have, like, the upgrades coming ASAP. So, you're going to go from 26 and 31 damage to pretty much 27 and 37. So I know that's a small difference that does a lot more than you probably would think. Always make sure to be able to get solo solve as well. And then now you just pretty much just keep pushing. Also, you always want to make, like, the ziggurat that's the more in the back, you want to make an ice tower out of it. The reason is because Ice Tower have more range than Spirit Towers. They do less damage, but they're extremely effective to pretty much take down the Blade Master by slowing it, or just securing any kills by slowing everything. So, yeah, I think this is definitely like an Ice Tower that you should make first. Even if you have the resources to make a Spirit Tower. A bit of a mistake here, you know, I mean, an Ice Tower, but I just cancel it to make a Spirit Tower. Also, like, you're wondering, like, yeah, but, like, why are you making a shop? Like, you literally sold your shop early. So I think that, like, after, like, I just run out of every items, I think you can really remake your shop in the base. Because if you make it there, sure, you can do backpack and take your Fiend, buy items, and just run it to there. But it requires a little bit of multitasking. Also, backpack costs 50 gold. So, you know, I think it's really good to have the shop in the range of your DK every time, you know. You never know you need to buy dust or buy some more of the Commences, which are very important for this push. So I think once your towers are up, you can really... start to chill out a little bit and just make it your shop again. But your altar, though, you never remake it at this point. And then he's aware that he has to probably kill my DK. Like, this is where he starts to panic. And towers are up. I got my Fiends, 5 Fiends. 6, we have the ghouls coming here right now because I don't need much more lumber anymore. From the 2 ghouls. So I think, like, at some point we have like 200 wood. You can pretty much bring your ghouls from the base. To try to have like an extra unit in your army. You know, it's not a bad thing. I think you should win maybe first, like Serpent Wiser first, or maybe Eels. But even though he gets a kill, so I don't think it's that bad for him. As you can see, I'm being very careful with my Dead Knight here, because I know that if I lose it, it can be really bad. So yeah, like I said, extra careful on your DK and your Acolyte. Like there's really like nothing special here to do. Honestly, it's just like you make units and just make sure that you have a lot of gold early by selling your buildings. It's sort of strategy that you can play against Orc. It's always going to surprise them, I think, because as we know, like playing Appy style, like as we see, it's kind of hard to pull off. It's very micro intensive, but this cheese is extremely effective. I think it can work against really any Orc that doesn't expect it. Like the fact that you don't scout early can really, like, gives you really like a big advantage to try to do strategies that are extremely different that people will not expect. So it gives you like an edge at this point. Because Orcs are extremely greedy the way that they build nowadays in the current meta. Always make sure that you go for the Barrack as well, because Barrack is like pretty much the only way that you can counter the towers by making siege. So if you take down their only way to counter the towers, you pretty much won the game. There's absolutely no way now that you can take me down with a Blade Master level 1. There's absolutely zero way. Like, we know Blade Master's a good hero, but you know, he has limits sometimes. and then now like try to poke him to cancel his healings. And that game is pretty much looking really bad for him, you know. GG's getting be called soon. As you can see, like there was absolutely zero struggle into this push, and yeah, it's a pretty nice try that I saw on the Asian ladder that I was really excited to show you guys. So GG's call, and yeah, let me go. What you guys think about this? I actually want to try to show you guys pretty cool strategies every week, so you guys can maybe try to play like differently against Orc, and maybe try to find your own style, whatever. So thanks you guys for watching. I hope you guys like it. It was a bit short, but I hope you guys enjoy it. You know, I think when it's shorter, maybe it's a little bit easier to absorb the information rather than like absorb a game for 40 minutes and try to explain everything in super big details. I think I showed you guys what's the most important here. And thank you so much for guys for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Let me know if you like this kind of videos. If you like me to show you guys maybe a 2v2 game or some different matchups or maybe some different kind of videos. I'm always open to suggestions. And once again, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys. Take care. Much love.